What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with a loose, complete market update. I've got a few action figures in this batch, but mainly I wanted to look at vehicles and play sets because there were a bunch that sold here recently, either in buy it now situations or in auctions, and I just thought that was interesting enough to kind of put this video together so you guys can see what's going on in the market if you don't like graded action figures. If you don't like graded, this is the video for you, and I try to put together one of these maybe once a week or so. So without further ado, I wanted to dig right in to the action, and the first one's an interesting one. This was the original first 12 display stand with all 12 figures complete, no repro. So again, I'm assuming no repro for any of this stuff. Take that for what you will. And they're in varying degrees of condition in terms of the figures. Like the R2, for example, has got some yellowing to the sticker and things like that. But, you know, and the display stand's not perfect. You can see a little piece of tape or something there on the left-hand side. The front sticker is a little tatty. So this would be a nice budget display piece for those of you that don't give a crap about the grade so much, but you're looking for kind of a nice shelf display. And this would have all first 12 figures complete with the stand, and that one sold in an auction for $635. I mean, you're basically getting this, you know, this at this price, you're probably getting the figures in, let's call it 75 to 80 grade condition, and maybe paying an extra $100 or so for the display stand. So I think that's a pretty good deal if you don't particularly care about the grade too much and just want to have that display piece. So that's a pretty cool looking item. Next up was a first 12 Stormtrooper. I don't know what's going on with this price. I mean, it's crazy. You can get a graded one for less than this. And this one's clearly not perfect. I mean, $255 in an auction for this Stormtrooper. And, I mean, you can see very clearly that the legs, especially, are a different color than the torso. The arms are a different color, too. So, the black paint looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look perfect by any means. But to me, $255 for, I mean, you can get an AFA 80 for that price or less, I would say. $255 is way too high. I don't know what's going on there or why somebody paid that much. Next up was a beautiful Boba Fett. This one looks like a Taiwan. It is a Taiwan. I'm assuming that blaster's correct for that figure, but pretty nice looking Boba Fett. And that one sold at an auction for $112.50. There was an AFA 85 that just sold at an auction recently for $330. So I think that price was pretty fair. Next up was another Boba Fett. This is the Hong Kong. And it also looked in really great shape. Maybe just a slight bit of paint wear to the belt around his crotch area. That's what she said. I have no idea what that means, but I said it anyway. The rest of the figure looked really clean, though. Really nice looking Hong Kong Fett. That one sold for $76. So a couple of data points there for those of you looking for a Fett loose, complete, and near mint to near mint minus condition. This one looks to be in really good shape. This Taiwan Fett. That was worth every penny. This one's probably like an 80 grade at best, and again, $76, that's about right. I mean, 75 to 85 bucks seems to be the going rate for a near mint minus Hong Kong Fett. Next up, same seller also had this R2-D2 first 12. This one sold for $163.50. Sticker maybe just a little bit of discoloration, but not much, really. I mean, that's a pretty clean looking R2-D2. And, you know, you never know how much the photos really help. These photos are really good from this seller, but you know, if you look at the side paint and all the different angles, the blue paint on the legs looks really clean, the dome looks really great, so probably worth it, probably worth that price at $163.50, given AFA 85s can set you back triple to 4 times that number. Next up was a Hoth Stormtrooper near mint, and again, the torso, maybe if you're being really picky, the torso might have some slight discoloration, but not much. That's a very clean looking example. And the price reflected that. It sold for $148.50. You know, an AFA 85 will probably be $250 to $300. So that's a pretty fair discount given the condition of that one. That's a really nice looking example. Next up was a Lily Letty Regresso Yoda. And this one looked to be in really great shape. I'm looking at the zoom-in photos now. Look how clean the hands are. The hands and the feet look good, although the feet are, you know, kind of tough to tell. But looks to be the correct accessories for the Lily Letty. And there's another angle there. Very, very clean. And the price, again, reflected that, $460. I have seen some examples that are very high grade that have sold for less than that. But $460 in the U.S. is probably about right for the Lily Letty Regresso Yoda. There is a Returno variant that's quite a bit more expensive, but that one was a stunner, probably an AFA 85 or pretty close to it. Very, very nice looking example. Next up, let's dig into the playsets and the vehicles. These are all either unused contents or 100% complete with the box or without the box, but this one was the Death Star playset, advertised as 100% complete, and that one sold for $315 in an auction, only 2 bids, plus $40 shipping on that one. Next up is the Land of the Jawas. I think I've got 2 of those here. This one includes all the different kind of cardboard backdrops, as well as the escape pod, and obviously the base and the box. That one sold for $200 in a buy it now situation. And then this one sold in an auction. And this one did look cleaner, admittedly, and it included the instruction sheet, the catalog, the unused sticker sheet. So this is a better example, most likely. Although the box, you could argue, is probably not as nice as the last one we just saw. But this one did sell in an auction for $300 plus $11 shipping, versus, again, this one that was $200 best off, or buy it now situation. But again, this one did not have an unused sticker sheet or the you know, the instructions or catalog. But this one was very, very clean, looked to be almost unused, and probably worth every penny of $300. Next up was the original TIE Fighter, and this one was advertised as working. So the electronics were working on this one. A little bit of yellowing to it, which is common for these white TIE Fighters. That one sold for $163.50 on 29 bids, and included the box as well as the catalog and instructions. This one did have, I think, it looks like it had the long play logo. So this is the original issue 1978 version of the TIE Fighter for $163.50. Next up, the Falcon. Here was the Falcon, and it was advertised as 100% complete but restored and working. So probably some repro stickers would be my guess. I didn't look too close at it, but it was a restoration, full teardown restoration. Let's go ahead and look. Let's see what he says here. Okay, complete teardown restoration, all original pieces minus the Jedi training ball and decals. So again, you know, it's not 100% original pieces, and that's the risk you take, especially for the Jedi training ball. There's a lot of repro out there, and of course the repro stickers. This seller sold, he has 2 available. One of them did sell for $350 for a non-original Millennium Falcon. I mean, to me, I'd rather have an original, all-original version with stickers that are not perfect versus one that has repro decals. That's just me. I don't want to get into the debate about repro, but that's my personal opinion on it. I wouldn't spend $350 knowing that the stickers and the Jedi training ball were not original. That's just me, though. Next up, we got the Y-Wing. This one was 100% complete. It was advertised as working, unused contents. So it's got all the parts there. It looks like that baggie maybe has come loose on the left-hand side, but look at those stickers unused. It's got the insert as well as the original sticker on the Y-Wing. I don't know if this would qualify for qualified grading with AFA or CAS just because of that baggie. I don't know if that baggie came with a twist tie or if it was sealed or what. I don't get into the minutia of that, but certainly looks unused to me. And that one did sell for $400. $400 for the Y-Wing. Next up was the Imperial Shuttle. We all know how expensive the Imperial Shuttle is. This one looked to be an absolutely gorgeous condition. Look how clean the cockpit is. The canopy is something that can be scratched or, you know, yellowed, but that was a very, very clean looking example. And I think this price was fair. I mean, it sold in an auction for $270. I mean, I see them sell for more than that on Facebook. So very clean looking example for the Imperial Shuttle. That's a really nice display piece if you got the space for it. Me personally, I do not, but that is a gorgeous, gorgeous kind of mini. I call that one a mini grail. You know, it's pretty. It's a pretty awesome item and tough to find complete. So oftentimes the guns, especially, will be missing those front cannons right here. These cannons right there on the front, they are near the canopy or near the front entryway there. Those 2 cannons pop off really easily and can oftentimes be missing. Those wing cannons usually are not, though, because they're kind of welded in place almost. But either that piece there, that little cover can be missing, or those those guns on the front can often be missing. But anyway, that one did sell again for $270, but it was also another $104 shipping, which I did not see. So $370. I mean, I've seen kind of $275 to $300, but it is really, really expensive to ship this. So I sold an incomplete one for a friend of mine for like $250 shipped, and it ended up being like $100 shipping. I mean, it was crazy. So very, very expensive to ship that, and that shipping price, although it sounds high, is probably about right given what I had to pay to ship that one that was incomplete. So next up, we've got one that we all know is expensive, and that's the Tatooine Skiff from the Power of the Force line, 1984. 100% complete, all original. Now, we saw another one, if memory serves, that was exactly the same. This one looks to be even nicer than the other one that sold. And the other one sold for over $800. This one sold in an auction. The other one was a buy-it-now situation. This one sold in an auction. And as we talked about, look for those auctions, because even stuff like this that's kind of hard to find, they come up at auctions if you're looking. And this one was a beautiful example. It sold for $665 free shipping. And again, the other one I looked at in the last market complete, loose complete video. I think it was the last one or two behind that. It was over $800 if memory serves. So $665 is a good price target to aim for if you're looking for that 100% complete. Next up is the Battle Wagon, another hard to find, very expensive item. I've seen these sell for anywhere from $400 to $450. This one sold in an auction for $380, so a little bit of a discount there, although that one looked to be in really great shape overall. And then finally, one of the grails for the vintage line, especially from the Droids line, is the A-Wing. This one included a box that was in pretty immaculate condition. Look how clean that box was. Somebody bought that at KB Toys for $9.99. What a deal. And it's got that that battery advertisement there from KB Toys. It also included the instruction sheet as well as the 100% complete vehicle. So pretty awesome example of the A-Wing. And that one sold for $727. Mint and sealed box. You're probably talking $2,500 to $3,500 depending on the grade. So a pretty fair price for the box, the instruction sheet, as well as the 100% complete A-Wing. So anyway, just some more data for those of you out there looking. Pretty interesting prices overall. Look for those auctions because there are some good deals to be had. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.